What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another edition of the Anabolic Outpost. If you've been struggling to lose or gain weight, you have came to the right place. There are so many different factors to weight loss or weight gain that people consider, but the one I'm going to be talking about today is probably the least considered of them, and is arguably the easiest one to do. It's just that many people overlook it like it doesn't even matter, which is technically true, but when you're first starting out, it could be extremely discouraging and unmotivating to see your numbers constantly fluctuate from a week-to-week basis and think that you yourself are doing something wrong. And this concept that I have been hinting about is accurately tracking and measuring your weight progress on a day-to-day basis. And there are many different factors that go into this, and I will be breaking down all of those factors and explaining exactly what you need to do to get an accurate weight measurement from week to week. And from there, it is a lot easier to reflect on your progress and also adequately make the changes that you need to get where you want to be. First things first, if you've been paying attention at all to the background footage that I have going in the back of this video, you will see that I am weighing myself, and this is me weighing myself every single day. Some people may be hesitant to do this as you can be over-obsessive over your weight if you're measuring it on a day-to-day basis, but if you look at the long-term haul and if you see the data that I'm going to be breaking down later in the video, you will see that this is a crucial step to do. You need to be making your daily weigh-ins consistent, and even further than that, make it at a consistent time of the day. And in my opinion, this best time is when you first wake up in the morning. Right when you roll out of bed, the first thing you should do is step on the scale, as this not only holds the variable down that it's going to be at the exact same time every day, but it is also while you are on an empty stomach each and every time. And it allows the weigh-ins to be as accurate as possible from the day before as well as the days coming after. One product that helps me a lot in this category, as well as various others, is getting yourself and investing in a smart scale. While I can't speak for any other brands, I will say that this Withings branded scale has served me incredibly well, and I've had it for over 2 years now without any difficulties. And you can see here that I'm actually transitioning over to my iPhone now just to show you this app that comes with my scale, and it's going to log in all of your measurements on a day-to-day basis. Not only does it track several different measurements that you could view and decipher for yourself, but it's also going to send in all of your weigh-ins in real time to this app on your phone as well as the desktop browser. And you can see my progress here. I've been weighing myself daily for almost 2 years now, and you can see that beautiful graph that is going on there. And it's clear to see that it's mostly been a pretty steady ball for me besides that small mini cut that I did in summer of 2021, but you can see that highlighted as well, and it's just super cool to look back at all of your previous weights and have it all in this handy dandy graph. And if you weigh yourself every day, you will see so many different data points across this graph, and it will be a lot easier to analyze whether you are on track with your goals or not. And if you did want to check out the scale that I'm going over right now, I'm going to link it at the top of the description for you. Like I said, I highly recommend it. Regardless of your goals, it's extremely helpful to have this data right here for you and present whenever you need it. And in the final part of this video, I'm actually going to be analyzing my data from a week-to-week basis, showing you what I need to look for and what you should look for. And if you've been inconsistent with your weigh-ins and have been frustrated at your progress lately, I think this is going to blow your mind after seeing this data and hopefully convincing yourself to implement the techniques that I have discussed, while also seeing that some of your progress may have not necessarily been tracked accurately, and clearing your mind that what you are experiencing is completely normal. I'm breaking out the pen and paper for this one, so you know it's going to be serious. And you can see I have 2 sets of data here. The week of the 28th included all of the weigh-ins that I had rolling at the beginning of this video. And the week of the 21st, I recorded off camera just so I could show you the fluctuations from week to week. And currently, right now, my goal is to be gaining weight at a rate of 1 pound per week. And there's actually only one set of data that I'm going to be looking at, but I still included 3 other sets of data just to show you how inaccurate these measurements can be. The first piece of data that I am entering into both of these weeks are entering the high and low points of my weight throughout the week. And hopefully with these 4 data points in already, you could see the fluctuations that can occur on a week-to-week basis. And for this example, we'll say that the average person that's either trying to lose or gain weight weighs themselves once a week and figures that that is going to be enough to get the whole summary of the week in just one weigh-in. If you weighed yourself in on the Thursday of the week of the 21st, which would be a weigh-in of 190.7, And then on Tuesday of the week of 28, which is at 195.7, you will see that that is a 5-pound weight gain. Imagine how discouraging that could be if you weighed yourself once a week and saw that massive 5-pound fluctuation in your weight. And considering my goal was only 1 pound, I would probably be frustrating and think something was up. Or if you flip those two around and took the high from the week of the 21st and the low from the week of the 28th, you will see that it is only a 0.3 weight gain. And once again, if I'm trying to gain a pound a week, it could be extremely discouraging to only gain 0.3 pounds, and with fluctuations, that could not even mean anything. And even further, all of these weights are taken at the exact same time on an empty stomach, so for the average person, not even considering the fact that weight can fluctuate, they'll just weigh themselves in at any time. And I've seen fluctuations from week to week that are in the double digits, which can be so discouraging for somebody just starting out that really doesn't know any better and think that they're doing it completely wrong, when in reality, they're just not measuring and assessing the data correctly. So I'm sure your wheels are turning at this point and you're thinking, alright then, I'll weigh myself every day at the exact same time and then I'll add all the numbers up and average it out. And if you're thinking that right now, you are incredibly smart. But even after all the considerations and calculations that you've done to your weight, there's still a good chance that it's not going to be accurate. I hope I didn't shoot your hopes down with that one, but stay with me, I'm going to make things right and blow your mind even further. I did exactly what I said I'm going to do, add all the numbers up, average it and divide it by 7, and I'll then get the mean or the average of both of the data sets. And you can see, compared to the last 4 data sets, these have came a lot back down to earth, as there's only a 1.9 pound fluctuation from week to week. And if you really want to see a scale fluctuation, you could take a shot every time I said fluctuation in that video and weigh yourself tomorrow morning and see just how dehydrated and low in weight you are. It's not a joke, I'll come back to that one later. Anyway, back on the topic of averaging, you could see the 1.9 pound change from week to week. Looking back at my goals of 1 pound per week, this is a little higher than I would have expected or wanted, but it's still something that I should accept and be happy with. And some people do actually calculate their weight this way, but it would be wrong for me to say that this is the best way. It does get the job done and it is a helpful tool to look at, but I think there's one better way of calculating your weight. You can compare both of these numbers against each other to get a true estimation. And that's kind of where I'm going with this entire video. All of these data points and measurements are just an estimation and you're not going to get the full tale unless you have that graph of 2 years worth of data points like I do, and you could see the exact curve that you're looking for and see that you're on progress through 2 years. Anyway, the final and most important data point that I am taking right now is the median. If you don't know what this is, it calculates average a little bit differently, as it starts by crossing off the lowest number, followed by crossing off the highest number, and continuing into this pattern until you get the middle number of data points. And the reason why I think this is more effective at accurately measuring your weight are all the outliers that can appear on a week-to-week basis. And that takes me right back to my drinking joke that I made earlier. That's pretty much where the weight fluctuations occur, is in the water weight, and if you did have a night out of drinking, you're not going to have much water in your system, which explains why you weigh so much less a day after drinking. Or if you did the opposite and drank an excessive amount of water the day before, you're going to wake up way heavier than the morning prior. And that's why I personally choose to look at the median of my data points, because those outlier data points aren't going to be calculated in like it would with the mean. And this is reflected after seeing the 1.9 pound change when looking at the mean of both of the data sets versus the 1.6 pound change when you compare both of their medians. Obviously extremely close to each other, and if you were to do this on a week-to-week basis, you are going to see that both of these numbers are going to be close to each other, which makes a lot of sense because they're both just different ways of taking the same measurement. So while median is the main focus point when I look at my data, I still want to calculate the mean just to see where that number ends up and see what the difference is between the two. I know that was a lot of information that I just thrown at you, and if you did have any questions or you wanted to pick my brain on any of this information, I would love to start up a discussion in the comment section. But to sum this video up, what we do to accurately assess your progress in weight: weigh yourself every day at the week at the same exact time with the least variables possible. Average all those data points out at the ends of the week through the median like I just did myself. And then whatever number you come up with, from that medium, you could then track that number as your weight from that week. So what I'll do is I'll track 192.5 pounds as my weight for the week of the 21st, and then I'll track 194.1 pounds as my weight for the entire week of the 28th. While you should weigh yourself every day for data purposes, you should only be really looking at that number on a week-to-week basis as far as the median for the entire week goes. And optionally, invest in a smart scale. It's going to make your life so much easier. Once again, if you want the same one that I do, click the link at the top of the description. Not only will you get the same exact scale that I do, but you will also be supporting the channel at the same time. I appreciate all the support on the recent videos lately, and if you want more informational content like this, comment down below. Or if you wanted to test my informational skills on the content discussed in this video, I would also like to discuss that with you as well. Just leave a comment down below and I will be sure to reply. If you found this video helpful today, leave a comment about that as well as considering leaving a like and subscribing. That'll continue to show me that you want more informational content like this, and I will make more videos in this concept. Other than that though, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.